All of their lawyers are due in court in New York on Monday for the very first hearing. The letter that they filed today and that her publicist filed yesterday is just a letter of intent. Judge Lyman will set a deadline later to actually file the motion. You did not know both of their lawsuits have been consolidated into one legal showdown instead of these two separate lawsuits. But I have no idea on what grounds these two are going to attempt to dismiss his lawsuit. I could understand some possible arguments that her publicist might make and fail, because I told you he's got evidence that the publicist was planting stories about him. He's got receipts. His lawyer was just responding publicly to what she initiated. Literally moments ago, Baldoni's attorney said,
they worked with the New York Times. Her publicist worked directly with the New York Times. They shared illegally obtained text messages. They shared those together. They concocted a complaint that they filed with the Civil Rights Division. They omitted texts that would have provided context. The New York Times apparently reviewed 1,000 or more pages of text messages. They would have seen it. Justin never wanted to hurt her, never wanted to be negative to her. And it's all over the place. There are text messages that refute every single thing in that complaint.
Celebrities often keep their legal squabbles behind closed doors, but the high-stakes showdown between Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively has burst into the public eye with an intensity nobody anticipated. One is known for heartwarming projects and philanthropic ventures, the other for glamorous roles and a knack for marketing herself with surgical precision. Yet here they are, embroiled in an increasingly tangled and very public dispute that stretches far beyond two big names in entertainment. At first glance, Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively couldn't be more different. Baldoni is celebrated for directing feel-good films that often tug at the heartstrings, as well as his breakout role on a beloved TV dramedy. He's parlayed his acting success into entrepreneurial ventures, focusing on socially conscious media and philanthropic endeavors. He speaks openly about the importance of honest storytelling, both on screen and off. Blake Lively, on the other hand, rose to stardom through a glossy teen drama series before graduating to mainstream Hollywood hits. Her public image leans heavily into fashion-forward appearances, social media savvy, and a certain flair for comedic timing in her roles. Rarely has she been associated with major controversies, until now. How then did these paths collide so dramatically? The backstory, insiders say, is a tangled mix of business alliances, overlapping PR teams, and a series of subtle slights that began to add up. Several industry tipsters point to a moment roughly 2 years ago, when Lively's representatives allegedly interfered with a schedule Baldoni's production company had set, forcing last-minute changes in promotional strategies. Soon after, rumors cropped up claiming Baldoni's team was displeased with the star power overshadowing some of his projects. Another unconfirmed tale suggests Lively was unhappy with the coverage of her philanthropic work, believing she wasn't receiving the recognition she deserved compared to Baldoni's widely publicized charity initiatives. Not every Hollywood rumor morphs into a lawsuit. But in this case, the rumors seem to spread like unstoppable wildfire, with new tidbits popping up almost weekly. Online speculation pointed fingers at nameless publicists, whispering to major tabloids, fueling the feud between the two stars. In a realm where publicity is currency, any whiff of negative press can become a weapon. And so began an informal war of leaked tidbits, whispered accusations, and denials that only piqued public interest further. According to some observers, the real tension started when certain sponsors expressed hesitation about associating with Baldoni after hearing alleged rumors about his personal life. In the hyper-competitive branding landscape, this kind of gossip can derail high-stakes deals worth millions. Baldoni's inner circle reportedly blamed Lively's PR network for the negative spin. On the flip side, individuals close to Lively suggest that she had her own brand endorsements jeopardized by a well-placed rumor campaign alleging she was difficult to work with. All those rumors and alleged behind-the-scenes manipulations came to a head when Justin Baldoni filed a formal lawsuit, accusing Blake Lively and certain members of her publicity machine of a coordinated effort to damage his reputation. Court documents allude to a pattern of deliberate misinformation sown over a span of months, maybe longer. Not to be outdone, Lively promptly countersued, claiming that Baldoni's allegations were defamatory and that she'd suffered emotional distress as a result of his unfounded claims. Then came an unexpected twist. The federal judge overseeing these filings decided to consolidate both suits, effectively turning separate legal battles into a single, all-encompassing showdown. On one hand, merging the cases might streamline the process, as much of the evidence and witness testimony is likely overlapping. On the other hand, it creates the potential for explosive courtroom drama, with each side's attorneys battling to prove who sowed the seeds of these toxic rumors. Court watchers were quick to note that consolidated celebrity lawsuits often lead to more intense media coverage. In addition, every scrap of evidence is out in the open for each side to pick apart. Suddenly, fans realized they might get a front-row seat to a treasure trove of emails, phone records, and strategic memos from both star-studded camps, assuming none of it gets sealed by the court. Speculation is rampant about what kind of evidence could be so compelling that both Baldoni and Lively felt justified in taking each other to court. Some point to the possibility of direct proof that a powerful publicist tried to bribe tabloids. Others suspect deeper personal grievances might be involved, perhaps something more significant than simple professional rivalry. Beneath the glitz and glamour, Hollywood's real power often resides in the hands of publicists, managers, and crisis consultants. This lawsuit shines an uncomfortably bright light on that fact. Lively's longtime representative is rumored to have cultivated strong relationships with major entertainment journalists, leveraging those ties to shape coverage. Baldoni's camp hints they have digital receipts that capture private exchanges in which sensational stories were pitched with the sole aim of tarnishing his image. One rumor flying around Hollywood is that these receipts don't just implicate Lively's publicist, but possibly involve a group of crisis managers known for their aggressive tactics. Baldoni's lawsuit apparently references specific timelines, showing how negative stories about him coincidentally appeared soon after certain text messages or email pitches. If any of this is proven in court, it could spark a larger industry reckoning about the permissible bounds of publicity strategies. After all, PR teams are used to controlling narratives, but rarely face the glare of legal accountability for it. Even more complicated is the question of whether Lively herself was aware of every move her publicist made. Some celebrities hand their reps near total control, trusting them to handle any crisis or rumor that arises. If attorneys can prove that Lively personally authorized underhanded methods, her reputation could take a serious blow. Alternatively, if she was in the dark, that might shield her from legal liability, but still raise questions about who on her team engaged in malicious spin campaigns. Baldoni, for his part, has been vocal about wanting to set a precedent that manipulative PR tactics won't go unchallenged. He's indicated that he's less interested in a financial windfall than he is in exposing the so-called puppet masters. Critics, of course, have scoffed at this claim, suggesting he's as image-conscious as anyone else in show business. Still, the implications of proving a coordinated, malicious PR agenda extend well beyond the outcome of one or two lawsuits. In the near future, both legal teams will meet in court for the first official hearing, a pivotal moment that could set the tone for everything to follow. Lively's attorneys have pushed for a gag order to prevent Baldoni's side from making public statements that might influence potential jurors or tarnish her brand even further. Baldoni's attorneys argue that he was only speaking up in response to Lively's initial efforts to publicize her grievances in the press. They claim to have evidence, possibly in the form of emails or text messages, that Lively's team initiated media contact long before he decided to speak out. Money plays a major role here as well. Rumors suggest that Baldoni's legal fees are partially or wholly financed by a billionaire who co-founded his film production venture. This wealthy ally supposedly believes in Baldoni's cause and wants to see the underlying truth come out. If these accounts are accurate, Lively may find herself up against near unlimited resources on Baldoni's side, though she's no slouch in the money department either, thanks to her own hefty bank account and connections. Still, the mention of a billionaire backer elevates the stakes from celebrity spat to financial titan fueling a potential legal juggernaut. No Hollywood feud remains contained to the parties directly involved. Thanks to interwoven friendships, shared business associates, and loyal fan armies, the shockwaves from this legal confrontation are rippling throughout the entertainment world. Blake Lively is famously tight with a circle of elite celebrities, Taylor Swift among them, leading to endless online chatter about whether Swift or others might weigh in. Some fans even wonder if negative rumors about Swift's acquaintances or personal life might surface in the process, given how messy these suits have already become. Justin Baldoni has his own connections, particularly in the realm of socially conscious entertainment. Over the years, he's collaborated with influential producers, philanthropic organizations, and thought leaders who might step in to vouch for his character. Social media platforms like Twitter and Instagram have been alight with debates, turning the conflict into a near sport: Team Baldoni or Team Lively. The conversation grows more fevered with each new court filing, each leaked snippet of alleged PR chicanery. There's no telling how many shockers lie ahead. One area generating intense buzz is the forthcoming depositions. Baldoni's attorney has already signaled an eagerness to depose Lively herself as soon as possible. Her legal team responded with resistance, raising eyebrows about whether they can lawfully choose which opposing lawyer conducts the interview. Baldoni's camp insists that no legal precedent allows a witness to pick and choose the opposing attorney based on personal preference. This disagreement alone could spark a pretrial mini-battle that sets new legal ground rules for celebrity depositions. Insiders say that some of the text messages and emails slated for discovery paint a complicated web that extends beyond just Baldoni and Lively. PR reps from major agencies, gossip columnists, and even staff at streaming platforms have allegedly been implicated in one side's version of events or the other. Fans can only imagine the drama that might unfold once these communications see the light of day, especially if the attorneys are eager to highlight every salacious detail. In a sign of how personal things have become, there's talk that each side is now combing through social media feeds, public appearances, and old interviews for any slip of the tongue or contradictory statement. If a star has ever complained about negative press or made a passing comment about Hollywood politics, it might surface in court as evidence of motive or pattern. While it seems extraordinary to an outsider, it's just another day in a high-profile defamation lawsuit, where every nuance can become potential leverage. Some watchers speculate that both sides want to avoid a full-blown trial in March 2026. Trials are unpredictable, especially when the reputations of major celebrities are on the line. But where will it all lead? Will the court unearth a shocking trove of evidence that vindicates one side completely, or is a murky middle ground more likely? The biggest takeaway might be that even in Hollywood, where illusions and crafted stories run rampant, raw truth can still emerge. If the allegations prove true, it may alter the way the industry views and employs PR strategies. If they turn out to be overblown, fans may see this as yet another example of showbiz drama overshadowing real artistry. Whether you side with Team Baldoni or Team Lively, the story remains a fascinating window into an entertainment universe where reputation is everything and image can be weaponized. As each actor's legal counsel gears up for the march toward a possible 2026 trial, audiences worldwide wonder what new bombshell will drop next, and how the final verdict might reshape celebrity culture for years to come. As the story continues to unfold, there's always more to discover. Thanks for tapping in now. Like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you're the first to know when more secrets come to light.